Can you right now? Can you hear me now? Uh, Shamari? I think now you should hear me. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Um, so yeah, today we're going to continue. Okay, just let me turn this music off completely. Okay, so today we are going to continue with what we started last week. Well, in the last week, it's been a couple of sessions. So let me share you the screen. Okay, just get this here. Okay. Okay. Um. mm, mm, This. Okay, perfect. So what we started last week, if you remember, and if you followed the sessions, was basically uh, um, a papers aggregator, science papers, in this case, machine learning papers from this website called Papers with Code. But this methodology can be applied also to um, other papers code, well, other papers websites. So basically, it's an aggregator that allows you to make a scraping from this website, save all the data in the database, like all the papers. At the moment, we just save the URL and the title, but you can save all the useful information, like let's say the description or the GitHub repo or whatever. And we did that. Let me check with check with you. Okay, so this was what we did. We just created this downloader struct with some methods. The first one is set source. What it did is we just set what kind of the website that we wanted to scrape. Okay, can you see the screen or the code? Because I think it's big enough. Okay, just let me just. Okay, great. Thank you so much. And the regex. So we set the source, we set the regex. This is the limit of the pages. It will go through mm, page number 0 and number 1 in this case, because it's two pages. So it's 15 results. Because the page 0 only has 5 results. And that's because well, the last in the last session, someone in the chat suggested that that's maybe because there's a limit, so people don't scrape like thousands of pages. So once you reach a limit, it will redirect you to page 0, and then page 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and not to save some memory and some processing. They just keep the limit, the let's say the number to 5. Because if you go to a normal one, it's 10, but you go to page 0, it's only 5. Okay, so in this case, okay, in this case, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now they have a couple of more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, last week was 5, now it's 8. And if you go to another page, probably it's 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so in this case, if we select set limit 2, we will get page 0 and page 1. So that means 18 results. And then we set this parameter, well, sorry, this method to download the papers. and save them into a field called d dot papers. Okay, so basically we have the source, the regex, the limit, and the papers. It's a struct of papers that has the URL and the title. Okay, so once we download the papers, basically what it does is we get the source HTML, like the whole HTML. We compile a regex, in this case, this one, to get a couple of data. And then we find all the matches, we loop through the matches, and then for each match it's a paper in this case. So we added this because the URL was just like let's see, it's just this. Okay, so this is the URL we're getting. So we're just adding the base URL to it, and the title it's match to. That's it. Keep it simple. And then the method save, what it does is just it saves the it just saves the papers into the database. So it just gets the field the papers and loop through them and insert each one. Well, first of all, it checks if it exists. If it already exists, it doesn't insert it, and if it doesn't exist, it just inserts the. Well, you can avoid putting all these prints here. Well, in this case, it's useful because we can see here in the terminal. Okay, so saving paper or the paper already exists. The paper already exists, blah, 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 saving paper. Okay, so this one, for example, I just launched this command before starting. So there's, let's say this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one that are new because last week we already had these pages. So yeah, and yeah, let's run it again with another limit. Let's say 6. If you have any question, just don't hesitate to ask. Okay, so the limit is 6. Now we should get 6 pages and then process them. Okay, so if we go to a database, in this case right now we have 123, and if we just 128, so okay, so it's 5 extra. Okay, better than nothing. So if you keep doing this like with these pages, as I mentioned in the last session, this the limit is 12. So once you reach page 12, that means 120 papers. There's like a limit because you can only paginate 12 pages. But if you go to, let's say it's library, not this one, bro, state of the art. Okay, so if you go here, for example, as you can see, there's a bunch of categories, and if you go through each one of them, okay, so you can go through each one of them and just just get them all. You probably have more um options to get much more. Okay, so here it says there's 100,000. So if you go through 1,000 pages and you get 100 each, okay, that should make sense. And yeah, okay. So today, what we're going to do is once we have the database, we already have the database, the code for the scraping. We saved our data in the database. Okay, just let's see, fun executes. Okay, just keep it simple. Oh, okay. Another thing I didn't mention is that I uploaded all this code to a GitHub repo. Okay, so you can get uh okay. Okay, so I'll leave the repo here if you want to check it. Okay. Okay, so this is the repo. Um it's the all the code. Okay. And okay, let's see how we can mm, uh, oh, do you have any question? No? Cool. Okay. If you have any question, just ask. Um, don't don't hold yourself. Okay. So we should get some more data, do you think? Or that's it? Um, okay, I'll see if there's more. Okay, I'll just put 13 and let's see if there's new stuff. Okay, should wait. Okay, paper exists, saving. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see how much we have. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have 7 new ones. Let's check in the database. Right now we have 128. 128. Um, so, well, the API basically, we will start making it right now. Just a couple of endpoints, so we can get this data from the database. Let's say, let's say you have, let's make it simple. Let's say you have, you know, built this infrastructure, uh, this scrapers plus data. Okay, so let's say you have all this infrastructure built and you have like all this. Mm, okay, okay, give me a couple of seconds so I can show you. Okay, so let's say you just build all this infrastructure with, you know, all these scrapers getting all this data from all different sources, and you have this huge database. Oh my God. Um, I don't know, where are you from? Because I'm from Spain right now. It's like 5 a.m. It's like burning hot. I don't. So sorry if I look like I'm 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, so let's say do we need it's just after PM here. Okay, it's really hot here. So it's like 5 a.m. right now, literally. Um. Oh, Ghost Agent, I remember you. Do we need to do a check-in for this event? Yeah, that would be great if you could do that. I just posted the link in Discord. Oh, okay. Okay, just let me. Okay, sorry. I just posted because I had it in the draft. Um. Oh. Uh. Okay. Sorry, I just posted the link in the description. Well, in the sorry, in the Discord. I'm in Vermont, US. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks for joining. So, what I was saying. Okay. So you asked, Share Mary. Let's say you have all this infrastructure built and you have all this database. In this case, let's say this one. Okay, it's not a huge one, but okay. So you have, you know, 134 records. You can add more fields. Okay, so this is not just a couple of fields. You can add the description, the file itself, the PDF file of the paper. You can add the repo, all the code, all this stuff, and you have all this database. Okay, and you build an API. Okay, so you say, okay, I want to monetize all this information that I have, and I know there's a lot of people that want to build want to use all these papers in their projects or just access the information of some of them. So you build this API with endpoints. You have your okay authentication system and all that stuff, and you can sell okay just like any other API we saw here. For example, let's say I don't know Crunchbase. I don't know what it does. Build powerful. Try drop. Um. Okay. Let's see. So let's say you have this API and you can put some pricing. Well, in this case, for example, this one is free. But let's see. Text translator. Okay, this will not be free at all. Okay, so you have this API and you just say, okay, I give you all this request limit, okay, for X amount a month. So you're charging, for example, in this case, $25 a month for 15 million characters. Okay, it's not request, it's characters and unlimited requests. Okay, so you can make well, it's not unlimited requests because once you reach 50 million characters generated. Okay, let's say a word has um how many letters a word has? Let's say I don't know seven. Okay, let's say seven. It's 7 million words. Let's say a sentence has 10 words. Okay, so it's like 714,000 sentences. Well, short sentences. So you know, so once you reach that limit, you have to go to the next one. It's ultra until 125. If you have the mega, it's 200 a month, unlimited. Okay, so if you have, for example, let's say 1,000 clients or 1,000 users, in this case, paying 25, that's 25,000 a month. So yeah, well, actually, let's say in the last, well, this is just a really quick calculations, but okay, let's assume that it works like this. And your API is being used. So, but make sure, as I told you before, that all the data you sell, let's say you sell in the with the API is yours, or you have any kind of license to sell it or anything, because maybe that's you can have some legal issues if you just sell some papers that you don't own and you don't have You don't give let's say royalties to the to the to to the developers. Okay, so we have any question? Are you following up? If you have any question, just drop it. Um, I know Dine will love to see a swag drop in the stream. Unfortunately, not for this one. Sorry. Maybe you should check the closing ceremony or the following ups with Ryan or Mary. Um, okay, so no, seriously, you can make that much money on an API. I'm just assuming because based on the pricing I can see here. But yeah, it's I think so because it's quick math. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. This one does not even have plans. But let's say OpenAI API pricing. Let's see how much it costs to. Okay, so ChatGPT 3 8K context input 1,000 tokens. I think it's like a token. I think it's like a word as per I understand. So output. Okay, so you have these results, and for 1,000 words, let's say 1,000 words, that's like let's say you just have 25 per sentence. That's 40 per 6 cents. Let's say 40 640. So it's costing you 0.0015 0.0015 the word, and if you multiply that for I don't know, let's say 100,000. Okay, it's like $150 for 100,000 words. So yeah, I think that's well, every API has its pricing. Sorry. Okay, I think I thought I was so yeah, every API has its pricings and its requirements and all that stuff and its limits. So it depends on how valuable is the information you provide and how you can sell it. But I'm just assuming on how's the pricing. I have no I've never made like an API for to get money, let's say, or to sell it. But yeah, uh, yeah, um, yeah. I think not now, but in a couple of minutes, I should have some water. Okay, so let's get into the code. Let's see. Okay, so what we need to do right now is create an endpoint. Okay, let's say. Okay, let me just arrange this so I can see the chat right here. If you have any question, okay. um, okay. So first of all, I just exported some the database information. Okay, so all this data, let's say in the save, this environment variables that I've saved, I just export to them in the terminal before starting because I actually am using this database for some projects and I didn't want to leak the password and the credentials. So I've just exported all the information. Okay, so that's if you see that I'm using a database like with all this 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 information. It's just because I have the information set. You know, it's not like a ghost database. Let's say okay. Let's see. So in this case, for Golang, what we should do is just create an HTTP handler. Okay. Uh, do you do streams on Spanish on MHL? Well, I assume you mean MLH. Uh, but no, no. Um, at least don't. I don't. But I think there's no. I think there's no Spanish streams. I think mainly because of the reach, because a lot of you folks are joining from I don't know, United States, India, Europe, well, North Europe, not only Spain, and that would be a huge limitation for a lot of people to join. And make them in Spanish and the same workshop in English too. That would be well, that would be confusing for some people, I think, and it's not cost effective because you're just making the same thing twice. So nowadays, nearly everyone can, um, just follow up um, with English um, streams. Let's say, uh, yeah, let's say streams. So Git data handler. We're just creating a handler to get all these data from the API. So the endpoint will be data. Can be yeah, just leave it like data for right now. Okay, handler uh, set content write message. Okay, so let's test this. Um, let's test Postman. Do you use Postman or which one do you use? We can use another one if you feel more comfortable with. Um, okay, let me just sign in. Um, okay, okay. Let's see. Go run main. Okay, listen serve 8080. What did you ask that Ghost Asian? Um, but it's easier for me the ones in English because I get confused sometimes with the translation. Yeah. Are you Spanish or are you from Latam? Oh, okay, okay. So okay, so I think that's why for a reach purpose to get to more people, so a lot more people can enjoy these streams. Um, okay, let's see. Which powers did we use? AT hosts. Okay, let's see if we Florida. Okay, cool. I see there's a lot of people from the USA, so that's cool. Data. Okay, so okay, so we have our first handler. This function. We okay. There's some people fighting outside. It's like 5:30 a.m. But yeah, people are excited all day long. Okay, so the endpoint is called it data in this case. We're listening to port 2020 8080, sorry. And basically we just set this header as a JSON, so we can get a JSON, and we write this message like hello world, so we get this response. Okay, so in what we should get here in this case is so we send here. Well, actually we can make this different. We can make this different because we can get some any okay, there's stuff. If you have any question, please ask. Don't okay, don't worry. You can ask as many questions you need to. No problem at all. Obviously, there's no problem. Okay, so let's say I heard query. I'm taking on an Android Dev and React JS course this fall, so this is very helpful. Okay, great. Really happy. Are you taking it online? It's it's a workshop. It's a boot camp. What is it? Or you just on your own? Um, okay, so we're going to use this query get to get. Okay, let's call it Q. And here, by okay, online certification 10 weeks. Okay, great. Hope you have luck. Great job. Keep learning. It's really important in this field because things change really fast. Okay, so okay, let me. Okay, so many tabs here. Okay, just minimize. Okay, so we're running this now. What we should get in the here. Okay, so it's empty. So what we want to use to add right now here, it's like a queue param. So we can say let's say image 3D. Okay, so we want to search for image 3D papers. As you can see here now in the terminal, I have this param. Okay, okay. I don't know why that just popped. So okay, so we have the question mark and the parameters we want. So what we want to do right now is create a function. Let's say where we can create it. Downloader. Okay, first of all, we will need this one, connection to database. Okay, so here, okay, just in this case, keep it like this so we don't get this error. And execute database search. Okay, so query the database results. So in this case, we're going to use, say, this one. Okay, let's use this one. Okay, just let's select this one. Okay, so table will be what we called it. We called it papers. From papers where, let's say, title. Okay, it's this one. Title is query. So we change it in this. The query basically will be, okay, so the query will be the queue, this one. Let's call it query. So rows. Okay, so we should get all these rows. And let's see how we, okay, let's see. Database, database, search, query. Okay, so getting this, all these rows, left row close. Okay, so going to loop through them. Now scan. Okay, there's no GitHub. Rows that next URL string. Row that scan. Okay. Let's say papers. Package paper. So instead of just printing it, I'm gonna just say collection. Oh, append. Okay, paper. Let's see URL and title. Okay, so for each one, we should append it and then return collection. Okay, so let's try this one. Let's try this one. Let's see what we can search. Where's the database? Okay, it's here. So let's say a survey. Okay, let's say a survey here and change this. Okay. I like. Let's check this. Because say Okay, let's see how we can MySQL like select result like operator. Sometimes select all from like, let's see an example. There's nothing. Title like blah blah blah. Okay. It should work. Let's see if it works. Okay, so we're getting expected 0 arguments, got 1. SQL. From papers. Okay, I think it's because of this. I don't think so, but let's see. Okay, it's not for that. Okay, just let's copy this and search for it. Well, not all. We should just search for this panic. Check the manual like response error. Select all from papers. I don't think it's because of the end one. Nope, obviously. Let's see. Let's check this one. Let's see. Okay. Let's try another one. Some of them here written, just in case. Let's try this one. Oh, 3 destination arguments and scan not to expected 3 destination arguments. Okay, let's. Get the idea too. I think it's because of this, but let's try. Okay, okay. So, it was that. Because we were getting two arguments, and well, we're scanning two arguments from the database, and we needed the ID too. Okay. Things that happen. You can just add that. Okay. So, say paper ID int. Okay. Okay. Let's go here. Say ID equal to ID, and here ID URL title. Okay, let's try this one. Let's try this one. So we have the number 9, 11, and 46. So if you go here, it's the 9. Okay, it's what was that? Okay, a survey. 9. That's weird. Let's see. Oh, okay, a survey on evaluation of large language models. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, I was checking the row, not the ID. Okay, now it makes sense. A survey. Okay, okay. So we have this one, a survey that matches with a survey. Okay, so it's just the simple like um query. And the other one, okay, let's say it was the 11 and 46. So the 11, a survey, 46, a survey. Okay, so it makes sense. It just gets all this data. So now we want to a byte, let's say results. Okay, so that will return. Okay, let's see. Let's cross our fingers. Okay, so it will have results variable of type to type bytes. Okay, so how can we do that? JSON data. Okay. Should just marshal it. Yeah, I think so. Let's try. Okay. So marshal data. Do you have any question? Okay, that should work. Let's hope so. Let's not add this in case something goes wrong. Okay. Okay. Now it works. So let's say we want to search for 3D, just 3D models or something related. Now we're getting all these results. This ID is from the database. Um, okay, so this can you give me a couple of minutes, please? I think I need some water. I'll be getting some water and get back. Just give me just 1 minute, please. Thank you. Yay, I'm back. Thank you so much for uh, for these minutes. Okay, so basically, this was our objective. So, well, right now we can just delete this print. It's just an extra print for us because we needed it just to check a couple of things. Uh, Handle func. Okay, sorry, this one. Where is that print? Uh, Fashion. Okay, so we don't need this. Okay, so now we have um okay, let's see what else we can. Okay, so let's let's see in the actual website, like the latest ones. Let's say we want to check if we have this one in our database. Towards an efficient blah blah blah. Okay, so come here, delete this towards an efficient blah blah blah. Okay, so we have it. It's this one. Yeah, it's the same one, and this is the ID 24. So if you go to our database, this will be the ID 24. Okay, towards an efficient web enhanced question answering system with human preferences. So okay, try it. Okay, so we have this solved. I need this. Okay. Any question, folks? Do you have any question? Um, Anything that you want me to dip more in? So in this case, as I mentioned, there's a lot of more information than you can get from it. Okay, so actually, let's try to add more information. Let's try it. Why not? Mm, let's see what else we can find here. Okay. So first of all, we need to go to the scraping part. Okay. So execute. So we need to change this regex to get more information. So we go to regex 101. It's just preference. You can use other, any other. If you work with regex and you want to use another platform or anything, feel free. I'm using regex 101 just for because I'm more used to it. Let's get the HTML from, let's say, this one. Yeah. Well, not this one. Just get a random page. Just get a random page here. Okay. Let's say page 5. Okay. get the HTML. I'm gonna copy the HTML here. Okay, so now we're getting the responses. Okay, so let's say we want, uh, okay, let's ask, okay, let's see if, okay, let's see if ChatGPT can help us or not. We should, okay, let's see, I just want to see, the regex, how it could be working. Um, like, so the perfect thing here will be taking this, um, GitHub repo name, you know. Um, but in this case, okay, regex till the end of text. So the end of text. Okay, so I think there was a symbol in the text. Okay, there's two. This one's not necessary. Okay, so what we want to do is just get to the end of 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 the file. Um, okay, let's see. Check this one. Is this should be the same group one and group two. Okay, so this is getting the link. Group one, group two. Okay, so it's the same pattern. You'll get the couple. So what we can do is uh, let's see. Um, it's regex and the file and the file. Okay, so this is unit testing. Okay, so let's for the moment leave it like this. Thumbnail, blah blah blah. Yes, it hub. Okay. See github.com. Okay, so now we should get this one. Okay, so in the group 3 we have now. Okay, let's try this. GitHub, download papers, blah blah blah. Title. GitHub will be match 3. So there's no GitHub. Let's go to the paper. Let's allow this one too. So we need to change. Okay, from papers URL title and GitHub. In this case, paper that GitHub. So this will be another one, and another one. Insert into papers. So we have that. And now we need to delete the table and create a new one. So which one did we use? Tables. Okay. So this is the table that we used. Title. Let's add another one called GitHub. Creative not exist papers. Okay, let's try this one. So we should just get that. Create table. Okay, it's the database package. Git handler. Okay. Let's cross fingers. Drop table. That should lead all this. The whole table. Okay. Select all from. Okay, so this table doesn't exist. Okay, so now you can go here and run this to create the table. Select all from. Okay, so now we have the new table. It's ID, URL, title, and GitHub. So what we need to do right now is scrape again all this data, but with the regex. So execute. Okay, so let's say execute. Let's run this. Execute. It should get the 3 data points. Okay, so let's say limit 13. Okay, so now let's wait. Okay, saving paper. Okay, now they're saving. Okay, that was quick. Okay, some of them are repeated. Okay, so there's 8 repeated, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you know why there's 8? Because the limit was 13. Okay, so the limit is 13, and well, in the code, the limit was 13. And if we go to here, their limit is 12 pages. Okay, so once you reach 12 and you go 13, it will redirect you to the same page again. 13, 15, 17, and it will redirect you to the page number 0. So the page number 0 has 8 ads, not 10. So that's why there's 8, because it reached the limit of 12. And in the 13th one, it took you back to the first page that had 8 ads that obviously were repeated, because it's the first page that was scrolled, because it's 0, 1, 2, blah 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 blah. 12 and the 13th one is a 0, so there's 8 repeated ads. So let's go to the database. Let's see what we got here. Select all from. Okay, so now we have all this data, but with the GitHubs. Okay, the GitHub repo, it is just the end. So you should ask, um, for example, these ones. Okay, it seems like not important thing, but in this case, I would prefer not to put this base URL here. You know, just leave it uh, like this, just the like this. And the GitHub is the same. Okay, so don't put like github.com, blah 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 blah, github.com, because that if you don't put like the base URL, what you're doing is you avoiding, you know, spending more than what you need to spend. Because take in mind that if you host, for example, this project and you have this database in real time with thousands and thousands and thousands of records, like saving this kind of, all this kind of stuff, because it's the same. Saving all this kind of stuff, at the end of the day, it saves you a lot of money. And in terms of performance, you're loading less bytes, so it's quicker. Okay, so take that in mind, that it's not just only, just putting all the information. It's cool to get all the information, but sometimes you have to, you know just put the necessary. And another reason for me not to put like this base URL here, it's because it can be changed sometime. Let's say tomorrow they change this to dot io. Okay, so you would have to, again, you would have to change all these records from paperswithcode.com to paperswithcode.io, and that's a mess. Okay, so avoid that, and just if you need, for example, this data to be posted in your website, you can just put this data, and with HTML or whatever you're using, just add github.com, bloom. So, okay, obviously there's nothing. Let's see. Oh, okay. So yeah, and here you have flash attention. What's that? Let's see. No, okay, it's this flash attention. Okay. What do you think? Any question? Um, Shamari says it's cool. Thank you so much. Um, so yeah, this this is the point. It was just to make this scraper. It's a little example. You can add much more data here. Everything you need, like the PDF links, as you can see. Um, let's see if we can get the PDF. Okay, so if we start just getting more data, we'll get them all. But yeah, you can just keep working on these regex. Try to make it always in one regex, because as you saw here, let's say download. Okay, so do you see here regex that must compile? So you're compiling the regex. It's not the same that compiling one regex and executing the regex than making 10 of them. Okay, so they're not that, in terms of performance, they're not that effective. Okay, so try to avoid using, like, a regex for the title, another regex for the description, another regex for the files, another. Just make one. Try to make it as precise as possible. Okay, so uh, in this case, um, it's sometimes try not to use a lot of specific things. Like, okay, instead of this GitHub, you should just use this and this and this. But if they change like this class name, you will lose all this access. But if you do it more general, it's like, okay, so now we have this. Okay, and until you find a simple, what is semicolon? Yeah, simple, like this, a simple one. just keep going, and it finds one at the end. Okay, but you say, okay, so right now, and then find github.com. I suggest you to learn about regex. They're really useful. And once you get the point, it's really easy to go through all the HTML and search things really easily. So try to make it in just one. Just get this. If you need more information, like here, just make it better and bigger. So you're just compiling the regex one, executing the regex ones, and getting all the data, putting the data, you know, saving the data, and then inserting into the HTML. So execute. Let's avoid this. Let's see again here. Database, create database. Okay, so this function, create database table, you can do it by just creating the database from a command line, or the database. I just made the function to make it more visual. So okay, let's run this. Let's try it again. Get handle. Okay, so instead of result Marshall data, okay, data search here, we can add the GitHub too. Okay, yeah, just add the GitHub. GitHub. So GitHub, and here too. Okay, so we'll try to see all the data at once. Go run main.go. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Efficient. Bloom. Okay, let's look for another one. Let's say we want to search for this one, llama. Let's just simply search llama. Cute. Yay. Okay, so we have some of them. Video llama, llama adapter, llama. Can you see it? Okay. Video llama, llama adapter, llama open, efficiency and fixed text encoding for Chinese llama and alpaca. So, if you go here, okay, yeah, it's basically it's searching through the MySQL, well, the database. Any question? Feel free, ask anything. If you have any doubts, any, I don't know, ask any question about project structuring, or I don't know how you can make it. Actually, I will upload these changes. Let's see what we've changed here. Okay. Third session. Third session. Okay, just okay. Now you should get no questions. Okay, let's see. Add readme. Okay, I would just add like a picture. This one as an example. Where is that repo? No questions? Okay, so this is going to be I think it should work. Okay. Nope. Okay, that's great. I did a good job then. Okay, I'll just leave an example. Example. Okay, thank you so much. Example. Okay, let's say. Okay, I will just keep it. Papers API. Just add another one. Okay, again, if you have any extra question, just ask. Papers. Okay, just I will leave it like this. So you just can see a little example. Okay. So let's see. There's any kind of APIs you would like to develop or you would like to work on, or are you interested in? So you can take a look at them and see how you can do some things. Um, let's see. Have you worked with APIs before or private? Um, let's see, finance. I think finance, um, finance APIs are something, in my opinion, heavy, to hard to deal with because you need like a really high intensive API that makes a lot of requests to real world markets, and they change like in seconds. So you just keep just getting data. So that's not the same thing. It's two different API in my opinion paradigms. Because in one, let's say for example that one we made, or if you have an API that provides information, let's say I don't know, that provides information, it's easier because you can just scrape that information once, I don't know, once a day or once in a week or something, and just save all these data, and then just when you receive a request, just send this data to the client who made the request. But in case of markets or crypto, okay, um yeah, in terms of the market and getting real time data from the markets, like at at millisecond speed, it's quite hard, but they're really useful too. So I don't see why you shouldn't try to do something like that. Okay, so crypto tax, there's a lot of these crypto tax websites that once a year they tell you, hey, come here, make your taxes. I'll show you how much, sorry, how much you need to pay to the government and all that stuff. You just put your Binance API key, yeah, API key, and I don't know, username of Coinbase and three things, and they just sell you, because a lot of them sell, because there's I think there's none of them that gives you like a report for free. None, because I've tried them all like last year. There was none. They were like $50 per report, or I don't know, $50, 30. Okay, it makes sense because if you pay someone to go through all your if you pay someone to just to go through all your transactions um along the year, and you know just making the calculations, it will cost you like 1,000. So 50 is a good price. And they're quite simple because they just follow like the transaction. You just go, okay, so I made these transactions this year. Okay, so I spent $20 in Solana, and then that $20 I sold them from Solana to Ethereum, and then I made $2 profit from Solana to Ethereum. Then I made 1.5 profit, until you get back to the original currency. So that's like it's like a cycle. So you go from USD to Solana to Cardano to Ethereum to Bitcoin to blah 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 blah. You make $5 profit, and you go back to dollar. So now you have $25. So that's just a gain of $5. So you need to follow all this cycle, and just get that. Let's see. You can get APIs from the federal government, like census.gov, for free if you're scraping legislative and other data. Yeah, that's cool. In Spain, for example, there's it's called DGT. That's basically the they take care of all this, the roads and all that stuff, and they offer an API that gives you like real data and real time data from what is called stop sign, like these like red, green, and yellow. Yeah, stop sign. Yeah, stop sign. Okay, so they give you information of stop signs, accidents, real time data from the streets, or if there's roads that are closed, or and all that stuff to use it. I have to say that at least in Spain, a lot of government technologies they offer you to make things simpler and make technology great, and all that stuff. It's eh, a lot of them are developed in 2016. Oh no, 2006 Java, and eh, I've tried some of them, and not a really good opinions. I've never tried let's see, census.gov. I've never used United States. Maybe they make more effort for the technology part. Census.gov. Okay. Imagine since okay. People, places, and economy. Okay. That's cool. I think I think there must be something similar in Spain in other Europe countries, but I've never used government APIs. Just a couple of times, but didn't work well. Thank you so much, Shemari. Actually, it was because these open banking regulations. I don't know in the United States, but at least in Europe, it's called open banking. That open banking. Yeah, it's basically they they force the banks to give some kind of technology to other entities to be able to get data from the user. So you can have like these personal finance apps that gets you all this information from your different banks and all that stuff. So yeah, that's cool. It depends on what you need for what you're doing. Yeah, 100%, 100%. As I said in the last, I don't know who asked, in the last stream, um, it was a question like, what I need to consider to use an API or another, and that's one of the main responses. Basically, what you're looking for, what you want to do, how do you want to integrate like the API with your technology and all that stuff. The second one, well, at least it's the second one in this case. It can be the first one is the pricing, because once At the beginning, it's not a problem because even if you're using, testing a lot your app and all that stuff, you're just getting like, I don't know, maybe a bill of $3, $4 a month or something. But once you scale that application and you start getting traffic, that's a mess. If you don't have a really good pricing API and you don't make good requests, because that's a point. Because if you're making 4 requests for the same thing and you can just make one, that's a huge performance improvement and in terms of performance and of pocket performance too. So yeah, thanks for mentioning. So yeah, it's done. We have the data. We can show it. Uh, how would you add a way to have some security on who can access your API? Okay, so that's a good thing. For example, I like the question. Let's say, for example, you want to, I want to publish this API and make it pay paid a paid API. You would need like this API key and API secret. So you can add you should add that to your API. Okay, so let's see API add secrets uh secret key. Why use an API key and secret? Okay, so this is how to use it. Add a secret key to our API. Okay. Why you blah blah blah. Okay, I don't have the nah, this is how to use it. But well, you can make a little research and you can find it's quite an easy process. I had to do it once. Um, you just need to save, well, be able to register the user, give it some credentials, save them, and be able to verify. Some of them have like a rotative ones. Okay, you would. Sorry. Yeah, what I was saying is you should get let's say you have the API, you want to sell it. Okay, so you just add this. A lot of them have some temporary API keys that change, and some of them is just like, okay, so this is the the API key and the API secret, and just go until you want to change it. So yeah, you should add that if you want to make it like a paid or something, just to get control and to have control also to know how they're using your API. Because if they're using it just to get the data, and save the data in another place and scrape you through your API, you can just block that. So you need to have some mechanism of defense and how to save that. So, Shamari, you would set a limit on your API requests. Always put your API keys in an AMP or get it notified so your own keys are kept secret. Yeah, sure, 100%. Actually, as in this case, for example, I just exported the AMP because obviously because I'm sharing the screen, and if I put it on the .env, you would see it. But yeah, good tip. Thank you, Shamari. Um, okay, so school, school crusher. Okay, I will not say that name, because maybe they ban me or something. Not even to sell it, but just to make sure a third party isn't hitting my API versus my own website. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, it's security factor really important. Um, but yeah, thanks you mentioned it. Uh, can you set a limit on your API think, yeah, probably you can in some way or another. If you know who's making the request, you can just say, okay, stop, no more, um, and that's it. Um, okay, so this is hope you learn new stuff. Hope you learned how to make just simple endpoint just to get this data. Um, you can add another import. Let's say, instead of, well, you can add here, I don't know, the description, the posted date, the PDF file, link, everything. So you can make this a little bit bigger, and you can use the same methodologies to scrape other websites. There's another one that I like. It's this one, Journal of Machine Learning Research. There's a lot of them. Obviously, the HTML is different, but you can easily make some regex, get this data from this website, get it from other websites, and just have a good collection so you can use it for, I don't know, maybe personal usage, or for a project in college or something. um Hey, Ajay, thank you so much for attending. Hope you had fun. If you lost some concepts in this tutorial, well, tutorial or workshop or this session, and you want to, keep up with the other ones, they have the same name, Building Your Own API Part 1, 2, 3. So yeah, hope you had fun. And if you have any question, ask me on Discord, um, and yeah, I'll try to help as much as I can. Day four, securing your API. Yeah, that would have been a good one. To make that, I would make sure. I think the next global hack week is about data. It's kind of off topic, but I can add that, like security on APIs, and let's see how we can secure an API and how we can add some extra security to the requests. Keep control of who's accessing the API, how they make the requests, what they do with the data. Obviously, you cannot control what they do with the data, but you can see the patterns of how they getting the data. Like if they're just getting the data and all that, and just don't use it, don't doing if they're not doing the same request twice, something is wrong, I think. Well, the same exact one, because they're just finding some different things and all that stuff. But yeah, it's cool. Can you explain that more, please? That's a new concept for me. Um, which concept do you mean? Just a way to make Just just a way to make sure I'm the only one accessing my API. Think of Twitter and Reddit this month locking down their API to make sure third parties aren't going to run. Okay, yeah, are going around their own website. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Because sometimes, for example, let's say you have a project. Personally, I have projects, and when you want to make a project maintainable. Uh, thanks. That makes sense. Okay. Let's say, for example, you have a project and you have the front end and the back end. Okay. So sometimes when you don't want to mess code, or it makes sense to make an API, a private API, um like a private, okay, let's say I have a project, okay, and I have a front end and I have a back end, and then I want to get data from the front end, in the front end from the back end. So I just make an API to make requests, using JavaScript or Next.js or React or anything. So I'm making the request to my API So I just want to access my API, 'cause otherwise, if it's just free public, and you go randomly and say, okay, I have this website, blah blah blah, API, you know, API data, bloom, and you just get all the data. That's not secure. So yeah, that will be a good thing, just to some privacy for your own API. So yeah, thanks for bringing the concept. School, school crush. Um, so yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. That's it. Hope you learned new stuff and how to make. Have you ever tried to add gra- GraphQL in Go? I don't. I didn't. Uh, no, no for the moment. I would know that because I think that would be cool. Mm, okay. I think that would be cool, but no, not for the moment. Um. Okay. So remove the screen. Okay. So that's it. If you have any question or something, don't hesitate to send me. This is my username. Okay. Let me. If I can just. Mm, mm, mm. Let's see. Okay, this is my Discord username. This is my Discord username. No, no worries at all. Really appreciate the session and everything that was covered. Thank you so much. It's called school, school. This. Thank you so much. I have SQL class that starts today, so this is gonna be very useful. Yeah. You can actually the this SQL query is really simple. It's like, okay, just get things that similar, but you can get, like, you can use, if you have a really complex, let's say you have like thousands and thousands of papers from uh 20 different sources, and you just want to filter the data and get the best data from for every request and all that stuff. You can kind of make more complex queries, obviously, and just filter all the not the crap, okay, because there's no crap, because if they're in the, but just put order them and prioritize the best data. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you had fun. If you need anything, just leave here my Discord um username. Just send me a message. I'll try to help as much as I can. Thank you so much again for joining. If you joined the three sessions, thank you three times. And yeah, let's see if we can, if I can see you again next month here. And have fun. Have fun. Have a good day. Thank you so much.